Hi guys, and welcome to Dave in Real Life Wrestling. I'm Dave in Real Life, and this is today's Unmissable review of SmackDown. We're going to look at the top stories, and there's no bigger story from last night's SmackDown than the return of Aleister Black. Aleister Black is back, baby! This all went down as The Miz went to the ring wearing all white, which was quite very suggestive of something. And I just did wonder during the live stream why he was wearing all white. And it's clear as day because Aleister being in the black, white against black, you kind of get it. So that's why he was wearing a white ring attire. Obviously, Miz would go on to say that he had lack of respect from WWE and the fans, that he was being overlooked constantly for other wrestlers. And of course, that's when the lights went out. We go to the ring, to the entranceway. We see candles on the Titantron. And then we have Aleister Black lift up like he's coming out of a coffin, like he used to do before he went to AEW. And obviously he would come down to the ring. Honestly, the pop was quite loud and amazing. Honestly, having Aleister Black back in WWE is honestly so good. This will lead to a match next week on SmackDown, Miz versus Aleister Black. But as Aleister goes into the ring, Miz goes goes to speak, and within seconds he is kicked. Roundhouse kick by Aleister Black, literally seconds, and the Miz is out. And the return is done. Aleister Black back in WWE. A great moment. Absolute scenes. Crowd absolutely loved it. Didn't need to be a long segment. It just needed to be impactful, and it certainly was. And this came up just shortly after his real life wife, Zelina Vega, became a champion, and that is our next story. Zelina Vega becoming a US champion, beating Chelsea Green. This did get a mixed reaction. A few people not happy. Obviously, we've got a lot of Chelsea Green fans. I'm a Chelsea Green fan, but I'm also a Zelina Vega fan as well. I'm all about getting titles on new people, giving people pushes where they don't normally get them. And especially Zelina Vega. She is probably one of the most improved wrestlers on the female roster, deserves this championship. And on a night where her husband is re-debuting back in WWE, it's just an epic night for the Black family. Honestly, I mean, these two moments going back to back is pretty epic, and can be overlooked a little bit if you don't know their personal lives. But I'm sure they were celebrating tonight. Newly back in WWE, Aleister Black, and your new US champion, Zelina Vega. Absolutely brilliant. This SmackDown exceeded expectations for me. Really was really good. And then, obviously, the show did start, and this is not quite the top story, but I've thrown it in here. Cena hates kids. I mean, okay, Make-A-Wish. And now, scrapping every plan that they ever had with him, what they did with John Cena. Now they've cancelled that contract. Is done. John Cena will not be doing Make-A-Wish ever again. Imagine all the kids what were on Make-A-Wish who wanted to meet John Cena are now crying, "Oh no!" Yeah, John Cena. I mean, this image is a little bit more stronger than what I want to say, but you kind of get the picture. These memes are now going around that John Cena hates kids. Boop, boop, boop. Anyway, that is that. Anyway, that top story is that we are getting Randy Orton versus John Cena in St. Louis at Backlash. It is confirmed, which I think it's been confirmed for ages, to be quite honest. We've seen so many graphics putting these two together since it was announced that Backlash was going to be in St. Louis. Honestly, we've just got it confirmed now. basically. Anyway, we're going to go on to the other things that happened on SmackDown, some of the results, some of the major talking points from the rest of the show. And we did go into our first match straight after the John Cena Randy Orton segment, which took around about 20 minutes. And it was Fraxium's debut against Lost Gaza. Yeah, Fraxium are on SmackDown. Honestly, if the tag team division on SmackDown gets any bigger, it's going to explode. Honestly, the amount of tag teams. In fact, the main event of this show was an insane tag TLC match. So honestly, you're adding Fraxium to this amazing tag division. Honestly, mate, this people saying that tag team wrestling is dead. You need to just wake up and take a look at SmackDown's tag team roster. I mean, you could add the Lucha Boys to this. You could add Gorillas of Destiny when they come back, which is obviously Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. Adding them would be amazing. Oh my gosh. Yeah, but Fraxium beat Los Gaza to no surprise by anyone, but it's good to see them on SmackDown. Then we got Tiffany Stratton going up against Jade Cargill. This was a match that we didn't expect. This was not a planned match. I think Tiffany came down to the ring, was going to cut a promo, was cutting a promo about Charlotte, saying how she had beaten her quite easily, that she was no challenge. And then obviously Jade Cargill's music hit. In fact, I think we were all thinking that it was going to be Charlotte what was going to come down, but Jade Cargill came down, which, yeah, you know, Jade going for the title at this point did make no sense whatsoever, because she had unfinished business with Naomi and Bianca. We would get explained why Bianca wasn't on the show, because she's broken her fingers. She's broken her fingers, so we saw that in a backstage segment. So yeah, that's why Bianca wasn't on the show. Maybe that's why they did this with Tiffany. Anyway, I digress. The match would be announced. It wasn't a title match or anything like that. They just had a contest. There was a bit of a wardrobe malfunction. We did have a blank screen from time to time, which, yeah, if we're realistic, if these women don't want this to happen, really, they need to really secure their clothing, especially Tiffany, because it looked like she was just wearing underwear, basically. And I said that in the live stream. But I digress. Jade looked like she was going to win. She would get attacked by Naomi. Naomi not done. Proceed with caution. She had her entire ring attire was just caution in black and yellow. So yeah, she attacked Jade. Match ended there. DQ finished. Tiffany Stratton wins. But as they leave the ring, Tiffany's attacked from behind by... She's not like most girls. Nia Jax is back on TV, and she attacked poor old Tiffany Stratton, hitting her with Annihilation. And yeah, that's she's back. Yeah, the botch machine is back. I'm not to where nobody's excited about this one. Let me tell you, we are revisiting a feud where Tiffany had beaten Nia for the championship. I thought she'd gone. I thought she'd took leave of WWE. No, she's not. She's back. Yay, great, Nia's back. Stone Cold fella in our community. Get the tissues. Anyway, I digress. We then go on to an in-ring segment with Jacob Fatu, the new US champion. Solo did all the talking, and it made out as if he was the one behind Jacob's success. And it was get this image of the side eye. You knew when this side eye from Jacob that this was not going to go well for Solo. Fortunately enough for Solo, LA Knight's music hit and he came down to the ring, claiming that he wants his rematch. He's ready to go. He wants it here now. Let's go. And then he got Drew McIntyre. Why is Drew coming out? I mean, of all the people, what I expected in this situation, I thought actually this would be Aleister Black's moment, but no, it went to Drew. This seems like a bit of a step down, if I'm being honest with Drew McIntyre. I thought that he was prime for a bit higher up on the card, not in a mid-table situation. Anyway, it does lead to LA Knight versus Drew McIntyre. And that is a match what happens later on in the show. In fact, we're going to talk about it now, because why not? So LA Knight Drew, it did have the match. It was a fairly decent match until Solo got involved, attacking LA Knight outside the ring. And then also, while this is happening, Drew setting up for a Claymore, only to be pulled out of the ring himself by Damian Priest. Yes, that feud not over. Damian Priest attacking Drew. I don't know who got the DQ win here. I'm just going to call it as a no contest, because literally both were taken out by other people. I don't know where they're going with this. Is it going to be a fatal four-way for the US title? I have no idea. It's just carnage at this point. But what I do know is Jacob Fatu literally did a suicide dive, taking out everyone, which was very impressive. And yeah, I don't know what I think about this feud. I don't know which direction they're going. But anyway, it looks like it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun trying to find out what they're doing with this. Anyway, we get into the night's main event, which is Street Profits versus DIY versus Motor City Machine Guns. I mean, honestly, mate, honestly, what a main event. This was worth waiting for. This was stellar. We had high spots, we had low spots, we had someone's prosthetic leg used as a weapon. Yeah, let's sink that in. Just have a moment. Montez Ford literally used a guy's prosthetic leg and used it as a weapon. Look, I know it's not uncommon. This happens pretty much all the time on the indie scene. This happens quite often in like companies like TNA, MLW, maybe in AEW. I mean, I've seen people drink from prosthetic legs before. I think it has Grayson Waller done it at one point. Anyway, I digress. Prosthetic legs aside, oh my. Yeah, this match was absolutely bonkers. We had a big massive spot where Tommaso Ciampa was holding onto the belts, dangling down, and then we had the big American football tackle, I call it, a spear even, from Angelo Dawkins, who took Tommaso Ciampa down into a table. Oh my gosh, this looks sick. In fact, there was just so much in this match. You could take snippets of it and, my God, it just carnage. I mean, Alex Shelley, for one, I'm going to give some high praise for his selling of his leg and his arm throughout this match was sensational. I really thought he was injured. He wasn't, thankfully. But the selling that he was doing throughout this match was on point. So really need to watch out for him in future. But yeah, honestly, this match was insane. Montez Ford doing Montez Ford things. Yes, Street Profits do retain. This show was insane. I think NXT was a bit of a come down towards after WrestleMania. But this was a pick-me-up. This was certainly getting it full throttle again. And yeah, this is pretty goddamn amazing. So I am going to give it a score of 7.5 overall for SmackDown this week. Slightly lower than Raw, just because there was just so much what happened on Monday Night Raw. So much story, development, the heel turns of Becky, the main event where you saw Braun Breaker join forces with Seth. I just think there was so much further development there than what there was on SmackDown. I think we've just progressed a little bit more with the John Cena, Randy Orton thing on SmackDown rather than, build other feuds, if you get what I mean. I think we're still a little bit of carnage going off. I don't quite know where the men's US title is going. I don't know what kind of feud they're telling me there. That's all over the place. So, yeah, that's why I've scored it a little bit lower than that. But I digress. What a great SmackDown. Honestly, leave in the comment section below what you thought of this week's SmackDown. Always interesting to get your thoughts, your feelings. And, yeah, we go on to another week in pro wrestling. Unfortunately, no Raw or SmackDown watch-alongs or NXT this upcoming week. We are back live for Evolve on Wednesday. Obviously, make sure that you join me over the weekend for some football. I'm going to set up the semi-finals of the FA Cup as I'm doing this video. So please look out for that. And yeah, I've been Dave in Real Life. This has been Dave in Real Life Wrestling. Until the next time, you guys have been awesome. Bye for now.